What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, Corey Barber, aka Ray Prime, and you are listening to the PrymeTalk podcast, and I am going to be king of the comedians. Sorry, I've been doing a whole lot of One Piece here. With me tonight, as always, one of my lovely co-hosts, our queen of cosplay, Miss Ari. Say hi to the folks.
Hello, hello, hello. You will be king of the comedians.
I will be king of the comedians. I'm gonna change our symbol. I'm gonna give us a Jolly Roger.
You should. You should. I'd be down with
Give
that.
us,
I'm hired.
Yeah. So I'm about to say, like, one of your earlier cosplays that caught my eye was cosplay as Luffy. Yeah, cosplay as Luffy our first episode. Our first sit down to record. So
I did. I love Luffy. He's not my favorite Straw Hat, but I'm definitely a Luffy type person.
You're a Brook fan, aren't you?
No, I mean I love Brook. I love Brook, but I'm a Chopper girl.
Chopper? Tony?
Tony with the chopper.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Tony. I've been binge watching through One Piece. I have literally been like, I'm looking at my cat and I'm like, dude, we need to get you a human fruit. I need you to talk.
Yeah.
I need my cat to talk. So, and unfortunately, guys, for all of our listeners here, our master of games could not join us today. So Sir Paco is not on, but he will catch us on the next episode. So don't fret, all my lovely tabletop lovers. Your master of games will be back on. So
they will.
Oh yeah. And then Ari and Paco are going to be back into the lovely brother-sister banter that you guys have all starting to fall in love with. We know it soon. But man, Ari, it's been a lot going on, man. I know it's been a while since we've kind of sat down as a team and really be able to talk. And, I've had things going on. You've had things going on. I know Paco's had a lot of stuff going on. But it's nice to kind of get back into our digital studio here. Right?
Yes.
We're going to use a little bit of our imagination. We'll put some rainbow like right there. And be in our lovely, lovely studio. But definitely glad to be on the mic talking to you guys. Definitely glad to have another episode here of the podcast. And definitely glad to have all of our listeners back. I don't know about you, Ari, but I've missed our listeners for so long. So I'm definitely glad for you guys to be back joining us for another episode. So, all right. So, you guys got all the notes. I sent you guys out the notes here. One of the biggest things within the nerd community and probably within the community at all is movies, right? And one of the best time of movies for me, I absolutely love it, are the summer blockbusters.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, you may remember too, like especially like the late 80s, early 90s, summer blockbuster action voiceover guy. Right, Peter Cullen doing the voiceovers. Right, in a world riddled by water. Right, I miss those. It's Ari. Yeah, I miss those though. Like trailers are really, really cool now, but some of them don't have that huge summer blockbuster feel. Like I want to hear that. A world stricken by disease.
Because you know it's gonna be good when you have the narrator on telling you like. This is the plot. This is what we're doing. I'm setting the scene for you. You're like, yes, I need to be there. I'm there. No questions. I'm in here. I'm ready. Jumanji.
Thank you, Jumanji. In a jungle. Carried over. I'm gonna do that voice actor. I'm gonna bring that back.
Right? You should.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Kevin Hart. Jumanji 15. This time the game plays you.
So good.
Yeah. So Hollywood, hit your boy up. I'm ready.
We need the extra check.
We do need the extra check. We're so broke.
In this economy, yes.
We struggling. But that'll be something if I get a DM on Instagram from Hollywood and be like, no checks coming from here.
I'm gonna say, poo you. Boycott it. Yeah.
Right? Like they can use another strike. I'll be like, creator strike. Not going to post your movies anymore. I'm joking, Hollywood. I'm joking. We will talk about your movies every show. Please give us money. We love Jewish people.
My dad's Jewish.
See, look, we have Jewish people in the family. Don't give us your money. We need
Please,
it.
just a little bit.
Area show
Pay
just a
your
little bit
rent.
of leg, like some ankle. Area show you your ankles.
Here goes a
Bam, see
foot.
what there it is. There you go. There you go. All right. So that should be at least worth a few $1,000s right there.
Pay the rest of
But
the year's rent.
see, but Eric, let's get into it, man. We got I got our list here. We got a total of 6 Hollywood blockbusters, summer blockbusters coming out here in 2026. Now, let me put full disclaimer out before they come at us at in the comments. I'm only sticking to this list with our action movies this year. I know there's a lot of great horror movies that are coming out. I'm going to give you guys your episode. We're going to talk about the horror movies of 2026 later on, right? I'm a big horror fan. I'm a big Halloween fan. I'm going to give you guys y'all space so we can sit there and talk about it. So this summer, we're sticking to the action blockbusters. And we got six really good movies here on the list, right? Mortal Kombat 2 that dropped, that kind of kicked our summer off, right? Dropping in May. Ari and I talked about it a little bit. She's not a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I guess they didn't have enough fatalities for her or the friendtality.
Well, hold on. It wasn't even that. It's more of the storyline.
The
It was
storyline.
it was more of the storyline and the lore behind it. I mean, so far as like the graphics and the choreography, I thought that was very good. And also, like hold on, everybody's costume was tea except for Jade's.
I would agree
They
with that.
they made my girl look like a hobo.
I would agree with that. I would agree. So I don't know. I dug I dug the entire movie of Mortal Kombat, including the unique storyline. And one of the things that I absolutely loved is how they kind of swayed back into the lore of Mortal Kombat. Right. So the first Mortal Kombat was it Mortal Kombat 20? Was it 21? Right. I can look it up. I'll look it up later. But the first Mortal Kombat, yeah, the story felt so off. So they done the fan service and they had all of our favorite characters and they said all of the favorite things, but the story felt so off from Mortal Kombat. I was just like, all right, is this really just like now I'm just here for the action, right?
All right.
And the fan service. I think the second one, they kind of was like, hey, let's get back on the road to what the fans love about Mortal Kombat, right? I think there was still a lot of loose ends that they had to tie up from the first. Like, they couldn't finish the first and go into the second with certain characters and be like, what happened to this character? Right. Also, I'm not going to spoil anything, but people, let's be real. It's now July. This movie came out in May. If you have not caught Mortal Kombat, at least on HBO Max, right, streaming, it's on you, right? It's on you at this point. So, there's some characters that died. There's some characters that got brought back. And I think overall, it's like, all right, we get it. But at the same point in time, it was still kind of left of the old school Mortal Kombat that we love.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I feel like they're kind of getting back in line. What do you think?
I feel like they're trying to, like you said, there's a lot of loose ends that they had to tie up to make the story flow. I do think that there is ways that they could have done that a little bit better with that transition. But like I said, overall, like it wasn't terrible, but it's not what I was expecting, if that makes sense. Like, because
Yeah.
I love Mortal Kombat. I grew up playing Mortal Kombat. So that storyline and it being transformed to be more modernized or whatever, it feels misplaced. I feel like if they would have taken one of the OG stories to begin with and played that out, it would have gone a lot smoother. I feel like it would have grossed more money.
I know, I feel that. No, I definitely do. And let's talk about that, right? So, Mortal Kombat 2, given 64% on Rotten Tomatoes, made on a budget of $80 million, grossed in the box office a total of $129 million, right? So, obviously made enough for number 3. So, we know if all else fails, the money is in the bank for number 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Well, and they've
way
got to
that
give us number 3. Sorry.
I mean, no, the way they left off on number two, like they can't just leave us hanging. Like they literally set up for number three, right? We all know how Hollywood is. Things get shelves at certain times and stuff like that. But I think with the budget that they have, the money that they've grossed in, and the story that they wrote at the end, they have, I feel like they have no choice now. Like I think that was the ending was what they needed to correct their ship, right? I think number three is going to be 100% lore accurate, right?
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Just with how it was
Yeah.
ending and that transition. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had to do our little left turns, and but yeah, I think number three is going pretty be left accurate. Let's move on. So after Mortal Kombat kicked us off the summer, we get an old school modern day IP, and I'm gonna break that down by what I mean old school modern day IP. Right? Kids today introduced to the Guardian, the true first Guardian of Eternia of the Galaxy, He-Man. And that is literally a name I didn't think I was going to hear in 2026, right? Like I know I know they've tried to bring the IP back through anime versions on Netflix, and they didn't do well, and people didn't know. But to launch a full live action movie in 2026, like how wild is that?
I was more than excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as I saw the first trailer, I was like, "Is
Yeah.
that can't be? Is that really?" And then it said it, and I was like, "Okay, high hopes, very high hopes." I was so excited, and I was not disappointed. I really
No.
wasn't.
That's good. I haven't checked it out yet, so I can't wait to be able to sit there and see it. I may have to catch it on streaming, just the way my bank account is set up. There's money in my check-ins and my savings, but there's more in my savings, right? Or however that little bit. There's nothing in my savings. I told y'all we broke from the beginning. I make no money,
We just here
but
living. We here living.
right. Look, listen. I'm one bill away from disappointing my mama. That's how I'm just gonna put it. Just one bill away. One more bill pops in my mailbox, and I'm like, look, leave the bills in the mailbox. Grab everything else. Leave the bills in the mailbox.
We leaving. We're declaring bankruptcy at this point.
Exactly. But my bankruptcy want to declare bankruptcy. Like, you too broke to do that, bro. You ain't got it. But no, He-Man, highly anticipated movie. I can't wait to check it out. I'm probably going to catch it on streaming. But let's look at the numbers. He-Man on Rotten Tomatoes grossed a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it was liked, right? It was liked. Made on a budget of 170 to 200 million dollars, grossed a total of 110.5 million dollars. So it was liked, but
It wasn't.
was not loved. What do you think, just from your retrospect, what do you think was probably that disconnect? Like, what happened with He-Man?
Honestly, I think it's a generational thing. Like you bring back a very old show and you make it into a live action movie. The only people who really were going to be excited about that is the older generations, millennials and up. The younger kids who probably did go see like Mortal Kombat, they probably don't know the lore behind He-Man, so the hype wasn't there because He-Man's actually very good. It definitely brings back that nostalgic feeling.
Right.
So I think that's the disconnect is the younger generation. They know nothing about He-Man. They're like, what is a He-Man? That looks stupid. It's because you don't know He-Man.
Right. Like when I saw the trailer, I was super excited about He-Man coming in, and I was really hoping with the level, and we're going to talk about this like really, really in depth here, but with the level of how we're getting a lot more lore accurate IPs today, I was like, man, they have the technologies now there to make He-Man the spectacle of what it was back in the early 80 cartoons, right? Not dissing the Dolph Lundgren, 1980s He-Man movie. I love that movie too. But for me as a kid growing up watching, the He-Man cartoon series and then watching the first live action adaptation, there was a lot of disconnect. So I was like, wait, we're seeing, Purple Shirt Adam. We're getting the full phrase. We're getting, Castle Grayskull. I was like, this is the era to where they can do He-Man right. But I agree with you. I think it was what, a total of realistically 45 years from when He-Man was popular to today, right?
Yeah.
That's a huge gap when you're looking at those type of properties and how quickly things come into limelight and then easily leave. At the same point in time to bring something back. And I agree with you. I think kids respected it. They probably went to go see it, but the ones that really went to go see are the ones like you and I and the older generation and the true, or I'm not gonna say true, but the first generation fans of He-Man. And kids today are just like, all right, so it's some kid with a sword. Who cares? Like, just
Yeah.
every, So no, I totally dig that one. I can't wait to be able to see it. I'm waiting for it to drop on streaming. That's probably how I'm going to be able to catch it. But this one, I feel, is a movie that can only be seen in theaters. And unfortunately, I think just because of it, that realistically, the true fans of the original art are going to have to catch it on streaming.
Hmm.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
Supergirl has gotten so much hype when it was announced. James Gunn's Supergirl with his extended DC universe, and the proof is in the pudding. The movie was not liked. It was not even loved, from its lead actress to its plot. The only good thing collectively that's came out of Supergirl everyone is talking about is Jason Momoa Lobo.
I
Not
think
not,
that if
not a Lobo fan.
Jason Momoa gets brought up into a conversation about any movie that Jason Momoa just happens to be in, I
It's
mean, it's just the Jason Momoa fan.
it's just a name now. Like, oh, Jason Momoa's in this. I don't care what
Yeah.
he's doing. We're gonna watch. So no, I get
It's
that.
like, it's
So
like Brad Pitt. Like, you throw Brad Pitt in something, people are going to go see it because Brad Pitt's in there and they haven't seen Brad in a minute. So
true
they're,
that. True
I mean,
that.
I personally was not a fan of who they picked to be Miss Danvers. So, wait, am I thinking about the wrong?
Yeah. I think you are. I
I
think yeah.
am.
I don't think anyone was a fan of who they picked to play Carol Danvers. If you think about the same movie, I'm thinking about Miss Marvel. I don't think nobody was a fan of it. I don't think nobody was a fan of Miss
Yeah.
Marvel,
And
but
for some reason, I thought that was the same person just now. It's not. It's not.
she was literally almost treated the same. I mean, to the point to where they literally said that like there were so many doubts that Millie Alcock could not carry this franchise, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, let's look at the numbers. Supergirl, Rotten Tomatoes score of 54%, just barely getting over the hump, right? The other numbers that do not lie. Made on a budget of $170 million, brought in a total of $100.5 million. And I believe that's globally. Globally.
It was not into, okay. Also, think about it. DC does not do so well on their movies.
They don't. Their live action stuff is, I'm not going to say it's bad, but there's such a huge disconnect. And for me
Mm.
as a fan of comic book movies, I think that disconnect it's hard to believe them in a way.
Yeah.
I just feel like I feel like Marvel movies and Marvel as a whole has such a real world grounding, right? You big Spider-Man fan. You go to New York, you can go to Midtown in New York,
Hmm.
right? You can, see a bodega. I'm like, oh man, this is the bodega Peter Parker's at, right? You can see the buildings that like the Fantastic, well, maybe not like the exact buildings, but like, where the Fantastic Four would be at in the street, and it's grounded. It's hard to find that in Metropolis. Right. It's
Right.
hard to find that Metropolis. Again, I think it's hard to find a superhero that not knocking Superman. And I know I've gotten a couple of online little spats with Superman fans. It's hard for me to believe someone so omni-powered like Superman to have such crippling weaknesses. His two biggest weaknesses, a tiny green rock and magic.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. Make it make
Yeah,
sense.
right. You're strong enough to move moons and planets, but Lord forbid if Shazam hits you off a lightning bolt and then throws a green rock at you, you're done.
He then needs the sun, pure sunlight, directed on the body for days.
Right. And I'm gonna talk about this. these guys are probably going to come for me again. I don't care. I'll debate it all day long. I am not a huge fan of like how James Gunn is trying to humanize these characters, right? Like I saw David Corn said Superman. Again, explain to me why the most powerful person on the planet is sporting two black eyes. Right? Like, how does that happen? I've seen the movie. I saw how it happened in the movie. It still doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't because he's not human. And he's supposed to heal extremely fast. Like literally go in some sunlight and he's like, I'm back.
Right, exactly. And we've sit there, argued with one dude online. I don't remember his handle, but I sat there and said, I was like, look, the only thing that I don't like is the way he's humanized of it. In the comic books, there is a distinctive tier of beings that can hurt Superman.
Mhm.
God tier, Dark Side, Doomsday, right? You mean to tell me, spoiler alert, that a billionaire genius learned Superman's fighting patterns and that's how he's beating Superman?
There's no way. There's no way.
Right? Like, that was the entire. Like, literally, spoiler alert, this movie's been out for a while, so if you haven't seen it, I do not feel any sympathy for you. The entire movie is based off of Lex Luthor's character, Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor, yelling out Nintendo combinations to
Yes.
beat the most powerful being on the planet.
Up, down, right, X, X, O, X, X, O. Up, down, up, down.
Right. And
Whooping
and not
his
only
butt.
and right. Like, how make that make sense to me. Right? Okay. That's enough for my Superman rant. We can go all night for this. Unfortunately, we got other movies to talk about and so much more in depth to get into. But just for that, David Corset, Superman fans, make that make sense to me. How does that work? Right?
Explain. You have 5
You know,
seconds.
I'm about to say, do not write me a paragraph in the comments section. I won't read it. Just dump it in there, right? Just real quick. You got 2 sentences. I'll give you 2 sentences. More than that, I'm moving on. I'm sorry, guys. Right? I think you can, we're adults. We should be able to sum it up in 2 sentences.
We better.
Right. But Supergirl, again, the numbers don't lie. It didn't perform that well. I don't think it's because of Millie Acock. Like, I know some people came out there for her looks. I think she's a pretty young lady, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% sure on her acting. I know she was in some other projects. I've more famously known the HBO's House of Dragons, the
she's
Game of Thrones spinoff.
She is very talented. She really
Okay.
is. But
So,
you remember the Supergirl show that they had? I think maybe it was ABC.
yeah.
I think maybe people were wanting that girl to portray Supergirl. Because like sometimes when you switch actors, it changes like people's perception.
I can definitely see that. I remember when everyone was going for Austin Grant, who brought the Flash to life on the television shows. Mm-hmm. They wanted him to portray that in the Justice League movies. I'm not saying Ezra Miller didn't do a really good Barry Allen. I just didn't like how he ran in the movies. Like, he didn't run like a speedster at all. Kind of ran like.
And Ezra's very silly. So, I mean, you take the what was it, Grant? That's his name, right? In the show?
Yeah.
You like Grant made a very serious Barry. And Ezra's just silly. He's cute and silly.
So, I don't know about the whole cute part, but I will say silly. Like, he's a goofy looking guy. He's goofy for real.
He's a cute goof.
Well, Azra, Ariel gave you the cute score. If my button was working, I would hit the button I have here. So you might say you're just gonna have to get that version, Azra. Let's hop over here. This is something I'm definitely super excited about seeing. I don't know about the runtime. Christopher Nolan's very, very good about having 2.5, 3-hour runtimes. But a history nerd that I am, and a literally nerd that I am, The Odyssey 2026. Matt Damon. It's going to be a good one. Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway. Again, I think it's a movie.
And Lupita. Don't forget Lupita.
Lupita. I'm not familiar with Lupita's work, but we cannot forget Lupita. The queen says so. So
it's amazing. She's amazing.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check it. No. I'm good. What am I talking about? Us? Black Panther? Duh.
Yes. There you go.
It was a moment. I'm sorry, fans. I'm sorry, listeners. It was a full moment. It's been a long day.
It has.
But I think this is another property that it took the technology of 2026 to make it an epic, right? We've had a few Odyssey adaptations in the past. They were good for what the technology was then, but I think to really get that depth of the Trojan War, of the trials that Odysseus faced, and to give it that tone, it needed the technologies of today.
Oh,
So
absolutely. I'm
now,
super excited for it. I, mm, I might be a little too excited for it. And I'll tell you, I'm so excited for it that I hosted a collaboration with different cosplayers to do their own variation of their favorite gods. And not just Greek gods, but I was just inspired because Greek mythology, Greek lore, history, the Odyssey,
see,
like it's everything.
See, and that's why I love the story. I'm a big fan of Greek mythology. And the story of the Odyssey has it all. You know, for one man to be so favored by the gods, to be so abandoned by the gods, to have, you know, and it's not just his story, but you have to entwine his entire family story. The fact that you have the Trojan War that's going on, you have his own, you know, Odysseus' kingdom in ruins because he has not returned from the war, right? How, you know, he has his wife. How long are you going to keep this kingdom like this? We have to have a king, right? He's been gone for years. We have to have a king. I think the Odyssey is going to be a great movie. Again, I'm a little iffy because Christopher Nolan is known to direct movies with extremely long runtimes. But I also think that this will be one of those movies that, hey, it will be worth it. Get your bucket of popcorn, grab your gummy snacks and get a large Coke and buckle up. Cause I think the Odyssey is going to be one of those big movies to round a summer out.
Mm.
So,
I'll be in there
and
with all the snacks.
you're going to come in with a toga and everything.
I am.
Trojan shield. I can't wait.
Break.
We should make it a team movie night.
We should. Let's
We
do
should
it.
make it a team movie night. I'm gonna put that in the
We're all
notes.
coming
Team
in
movie night.
togas.
I'll
Everybody
do
in a
that.
toga.
I'll do that. And for any of our local listeners here in the Rock Hill surrounding area here in South Carolina that wants to join us for this team movie night, hey, we'll put it out there when we're all going. You guys are welcome to join us. Welcome to hang out with us, you know, before or after the show. We'll throw popcorn at each other, have a good time, and then literally watch some Matt Damon. When was the last time Matt Damon was in a movie, by the way?
I feel like maybe last year I saw him in something. I can't remember what it was though. I feel like
This is one I gotta look up. I need to know. Like, when was Matt Damon's last movie? Now, my phone's deciding that it doesn't want to work today.
oh no,
This thing is old. Yeah, okay. My phone doesn't want to work. All right.
maybe we can
That's
just
all right.
have someone comment it. Somebody can just comment it below.
I like that. Yeah. One of our listeners, if you know what Matt Damon's last project was, drop that in the comment section below here. Drop it with a link too, if we can actually watch it on YouTube. Maybe we'll have that watch party prepping us up for the Odyssey here. But let's take a look at the numbers. The Odyssey made on a budget of $250 million. The studios are projecting. I know it's one of the highest made movies right now. It's one of the highest budgeted movies of 2026. And the studio alone is projecting that this movie needs to make $5 million to just break even. That is a lot of pressure on that cast. This has to be the movie of the summer.
But it's an all-star cast with excellent award-winning actors. So I feel like, honestly, I feel like even if the script itself was trash, the way that these actors are able to portray characters, how they carry themselves, and they're all very seasoned at that, I feel like it's going to be amazing. I really do.
I mean, they definitely have a star-studded cast here. I know the trailer hasn't gotten a whole lot of love. I know you haven't seen the trailer out for that one. I wonder if I can pull it up and we'll watch it here together. Have you have
Oh
not
no,
seen the trailer for the
I have
Odyssey?
no, I've seen the trailer.
Oh, you've seen the trailer for Odyssey.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I know there was some. I know it's like what I know it was Supergirl and Spider-Man. You hadn't seen the trailers for, right? Okay. So then maybe we'll do something cool and maybe I'll pull up the trailer for Spider-Man and we'll watch that one together.
Sounds.
But no, very huge star-studded cast. And it's not just a cast. Christopher Nolan has not missed when it comes to directing movies. The Batman trilogy, Inception, just to name a small few of his resume, he has not missed at all.
Right.
So, there's a lot of expectation for that one, but I think that is the team in place that can make that happen very, very easily.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm gonna see if I can pull this up, and we're gonna watch our next entry together as long as everything works properly. I need to hire a techie guy, right? So to be able to do all of this stuff at one point in time, so I can just kind of roll with it. But we're gonna make it work. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, okay, slow down. All right, so let's see if we can sit there and do this. Right, us playing with technology, and we love it. So before we get into the numbers, can you see that, Ari? Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. So before we get into the numbers and our thoughts on, again, Tom Holland, Spider-Man, let's watch this new trailer. Can you hear me? We're good?
Oh, you couldn't hear me. I had the phone muted. I've got a little gremlin down here with me.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that's all right. It's not midnight yet, so you should be good.
Yep. And that's exactly what he
Should
said.
be
I
good.
hungry. He said, I hungry.
Yeah, I bet. I bet I don't miss.
What's going on?
So, for our listeners that don't know, that is the future prince of cosplay kind of speaking here. He wants to be a part of the show. Unfortunately, he is not age appropriate just yet to be on the cast, but he can he can definitely hang out off camera. So, but there we go. So the trailer for Spider-Man, brand new day, and again, another movie star-studded. Tom Holland, Zendaya, John Bethel, Sadie Sink. Right?
Listen, I just don't think any of the Spider-Man movies miss. Me personally, I don't think none of them have missed. They're all fun. They're all action-packed.
They are a great summertime movie. If there is any type of movie to be able to watch in the summertime, Tom Holland Spider-Man, any Spider-Man movie regardless, but Tom Holland Spider-Man is that one to watch.
He is Spider-Man. Going forward, he's gonna always have to be Spider-Man. They're gonna have to age him out. But
he's gonna do it till he's 90.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman, he had to be Wolverine until you know what I'm saying? Like nobody else is gonna be able to be Wolverine. They're gonna try to replace him later on, and I promise it will never be another Hugh Jackman. Just like it'll never be another Tom Holland.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And I think sometimes you have those people that they 100% embody everything that we love about, especially as comic book fans. When you find someone that embodies that character they're so ingrained into it that it's hard to see anything else. Right?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to do it.
So I think I saw an article about Tom Holland that he chose or he put a good word in, right? He voiced who he would choose to be the next Peter Parker. And it hasn't been hit with any bad reviews, but I have to agree with you. Like, I think Tom Holland's in that spot that we just don't need another if he's not going to continue it, we don't need another Spider-Man movie right now. Like, wait till like the very last moment before the contract terms end, right? And then produce us another Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
Or don't. Tobey Maguire came back and played his role as Spider-Man and in this one. So, don't. Tom Holland can literally play this role until he's 90. Who cares?
He can.
And he will make money all the way around. Now,
how many movies is it now with Tom Holland?
This is his fourth one. So he's the first. Right. He's the first Spidey to hit four standalone movies and XYZ number of cameos, right? and still counting because he's expected to be in Avengers Doomsday and in Avengers Secret Wars. So the cameos are still continuing. But let's take a look at the numbers. Spider-Man Brand New Day, a budget of 200 to 275 million. This movie is on track by Studio Records, on track right now to make anywhere between 212 to 250 million opening weekend.
I believe it. I'm gonna be in there. I got my $20.
I need to prepay for mine here. I'm pretty sure my kids want to sit there and do that too. His favorite one is Andrew Garfield, but he has given Tom Holland a thumbs up. Highly
Garfield was good too,
anticipated.
though.
I think Garfield embodied the Spider-Man we all grew up with. So like Tobey Maguire embodied the Spider-Man we all wanted to be. Andrew Garfield embodied the Spider-Man we all grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
And Tom Holland he is the Spider-Man incarnated.
Yeah, definitely. He is Peter Parker. That's not Tom Holland. That's Peter Parker.
Right. Tom Holland's the character. This is really Peter Parker playing.
His name is Peter Parker, but that's Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Tom Holland
he's a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
I miss Robert. I know he's not dead or anything, but I miss it.
I mean, I think that was fitting for, with, RDJ being kind of like his movie daddy. That's 100% fitting. And
I sit down right there.
There's our Prince of cosplay again. He wants to be a part of it. We're going to bring you on. We're going to do a kids show one day, and we'll let him come on, and we'll talk about whatever he wants to talk about. I'm down for it. Scooby-Doo. I love me some Scooby-Doo. I don't know if I can eat one of those Scooby-Doo sandwiches, but I love me some Scooby-Doo.
I would try.
You would try. You would be the one. I don't think I can hinge my jaw that far to be able to do it.
I can't either.
I couldn't do it. I wish I had their metabolism to get rid of this.
I'm trying to tell you, but we're not running and solving mysteries. So,
I mean, that's true. Being afraid 24/7 burns a lot of calories. But let's look into it. Spider-Man Brand New Day, again, probably one, if not the most anticipated movies of 2026. I'll probably say literally falling under Avengers Doomsday, which comes out later this year. It's a big year for Marvel. Marvel has really, I love the fact that Marvel and Disney have stepped back and they've gone back to the formula that made the MCU work. Right? Mm-hmm. And you can see it within their shows. I haven't finished Daredevil Born Again yet, but you can see it within their shows. You can see it within their movies. They're grounding their superheroes and making all of the threats, all of the obstacles, all of the villains, like world-ending level. And they're presenting our superheroes with real challenges, right? With challenge, real challenge. So not...
And they're lore accurate.
Yes. So lore. So let's talk about that for a second. DC, Marvel, these guys have been butting heads for years. The rivalry is not unknown. I definitely want to know, like, your thoughts on it. What is, or why isn't DC operating a much older organization, a much older series of comic books, probably even dare say a bigger fan base when it comes to comic books? What is the disconnect that DC is having that Marvel has seemed to capture lightning in a bottle with?
I feel like DC is known for trying to do side quests. That they always try to invent new stories instead of bringing, so Marvel, for instance, if they're going to do some side quests, they at least make sure their groundwork is laid, their foundation is laid. Like, who these people are, how they got their powers, their character development. They give you all of that. And then they might send them on a side quest, or they may stick to like the accurate formula of how things were originally written. DC does not do that. DC would be like, you should know who Batman is.
Right from jump.
You should know who Batman is. You should know who Wonder Woman is. You should know who every superhero and villain that we have. And also, let's send them on a side quest that has nothing to do with the lore at all. And I feel like it would work if they made a smooth transitional connection somewhere to give some backstory instead of just pushing us full throttle,
Right,
just pushing us forward and be like, you'll get it when you get it. Actually, I'm halfway through the movie and I still don't get it, but I'm here,
right.
but I
Like we're
still don't get it. I'm
right.
very lost.
No, I'll 100% agree with that. I'll probably even go as far as to say is that Marvel has found, and they've even touched on it in Deadpool. They found anchors to their movies, right? When it came to the MCU, they centered everything around Iron Man, everything around RDJ's character, right?
Hmm.
How everyone interacts, how the world interacts, like how the introduction of Iron Man shaped this entire universe, right? You don't get that with DC, you
Oh,
know.
man.
You don't get that with DC. You get a situation of, you know, like you said, everyone should know who Batman is, right?
Mhm.
The world already knows who Batman is. Yeah, we get it as fans, we know his side character, but there is either is a complete turnoff to where the world doesn't believe that the Batman exists, or it's the vice versa. Everyone knows that Batman is there, and you get a movie where Batman is in broad daylight saving the world, which the last time I thought I can think of Batman being in broad daylight at the Adam West era of Batman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, love Adam West as Batman. It was a great character, but you're dealing with a lot. No, we get it. He said he's gonna be in this episode. He's like, I'm going to be in this episode. I do not care what you old people think. This is
And I'm
my
just like,
show now.
I'm just like,
I,
yo,
you're trying so hard. He's like, this is my show. I'm the host now.
just wait. Wait till he has his day.
No, I absolutely dig it. Absolutely dig it. So now, see, now I have to, because even though I said it, so I have to give him an episode and allow him to chat about whatever he wants. We'll make it a whole section.
Yeah, just
We'll
a
give him,
section. Don't give him the whole episode, please.
right. We'll give him,
We'll let him pick a freestyle.
right. And our last movie here, I've seen the trailer for it. I know this is one that's on your list to check out this summer. The Death of Robin Hood, starring Hugh Jackman. Tell us about it, Ari.
So it is supposed to, what is it? A24 is the production company.
Yep.
So it's supposed to be like a darker tale. You're gonna have an older, older Hugh Jackman who's playing an older Robin Hood, who pretty much is, kind of going over his life. Instead of saying like he's a hero, he's saying he's a murderer. Happens upon a girl. I think she's at a convent, and he wants to protect her. So while going over his life choices and really accepting who he was, he's also still trying to protect this little girl. And the from the look of it, I mean, it's gonna have some decent action scenes in it. And Hugh Jackman, even at his big age, loves to do his own stunts. So I I am
Maybe
both excited and fearful for my guy. I love him.
we'll see how that goes, man. I love the history and the lore of Robin Hood. I love the idea of a Robin Hood that's essentially past his prime, right?
Mhm.
Like I said, I've seen the trailer. It really is. It's old man Robin Hood kind of thing. So I love that aspect of, the last samurai, the last cowboy kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I will have to say, like, yeah, no, I mean, this is definitely one that I will say is a must see, right? And again, it's Hugh Jackman. Like so many that we've talked about, I can't tell you a movie Hugh Jackman's been in that has just been bad.
Right.
Like,
But here's my issue, and it's not with the movie, it's with Hugh.
uh,
I have noticed like the older he gets, the character choices that he's choosing are men who essentially are dying in some way. And
mm-hmm.
to me, I'm like, it's like a bittersweet kind of thing for him being an actor who's getting older. Like, if you, like, once he passes, just hear what I'm saying. You're gonna get to see a lifehood of him through movies from his start to his passing. And it's like that with the choices of characters that he's choosing to portray. It's like he's Like he's showing his digression, if that makes sense.
No, yeah. I mean, if you like sitting there looking back on it and the roles that he's played, we'll say within the last what, it's 2026. So so now we can officially say like the last 10 years. Right? If you consider Logan, Deadpool, and Wolverine, I think the Greatest Showman came out, but even in that story, it was the life of Barnum and Bailey, right?
Right.
Which included again, kind of like all the way up to his passing. So again, it was kind of like a not a coming of age, but I want to say like a
A close
historic
circle.
doing. Right? Yes, a closed circle of those characters. Looking at that, I think I like and I can understand the way Hugh Jackman is working not only his biological aging, right, by deliberately picking these characters at this end of like their
Right.
story, right? So there is a little bit of poetic justice in that I see that he's like, hey, he knows, again, he has to know, right, that I'm coming towards the end of my season, instead of trying to hold on to young Hugh Jackman and try to play roles that maybe, that we all know he has the acting ability to play, probably no longer has the physical ability to play.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So using his real world sense and bringing older characters to life that he can really begin to embody and say, hey, these are the end of their journeys. No, down. So it will be, Hugh Jackman's going to be one of those actors of our generations that, unfortunately, 40 years from now, when he does pass, it will be felt through his fans worldwide. And I think you're right. Like, we will see from his time in Broadway to, bringing Wolverine to life in the early 2000s to when whatever his last project is at that last time, you'll see a chronological story of like one man's cinematic life. So I dig that. So,
Yeah.
and that, ladies and gentlemen, is our heartstrings section of the show. So
We love you, Hugh. We love you so much.
huge fans of Hugh Jackman. Huge
Mm-hmm.
fans of. I love his cameos. Going on the lighter side, I love his cameos. One of our favorite movies here at home is Night at the Museum. We
Uh-huh.
love the third one because we love the he's doing the stage play cameo, and then he does the Wolverine bit, right? And I was just like, man, I love someone that is so grounded that they know they're in Hollywood and they're not afraid to make fun of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Hugh Jackman will be missed 55, 60 years from now when Hugh Jackman passes away, because he's going to live to be 103.
He is. He definitely
He,
is.
yeah, he will be missed. I don't know what they have down under. Is something in the water, but he's going to live to be like 120.
I'm with it.
It's still
As
out.
long as we can
And
keep him as long as we can.
yeah, we'll cryogenically freeze him and bring him back every time we need
We
a
should.
new
We should.
movie. I don't.
Your voice went out. Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Can't hear anything. Can't hear anything.
I need your checks. Are we back on?
Yeah.
We're back on. See, Hollywood, I need your checks. I need a tech guy that runs all of this. Y'all have to send me some money. Like,
At least $2. At least $2.
if everybody chips in $2, we'll make this happen. This would be a major production
It will.
for 49 cents a day.
You can feed us for a month.
Yeah. Hey,
Your contributions for 49 cents a day will feed a hungry child in Africa for a month. No,
screw
it
Africa.
won't. What do you
I'm
mean?
I'm hungry now. Babies in Africa got all the food,
They do. They got big plates.
right? We're gonna get it one day. One day we're gonna get that. Maybe I need to bring on like some activist, Susan Sarandon or something. Dig
Oh,
her up.
here comes my minion.
Uh-oh.
It's the larger one this one. Okay, give me like 6 minutes, okay? No. All right, go back. No,
This is my show. You can't kick me
that
off.
was the older one. That was the oldest one this time.
Oh my god. They're both trying to take over the show now.
They are. Because he was about to get on.
Hey, I dig it. I dig it. We gotta feed our youth. We have to feed our youth.
For 49 cents a day, guys.
For
I'm just
49
kidding.
cents a
It's
day.
more like $49 a day.
It feels like that sometimes. It really does. Yeah. For $49 a day, the Princess of Cosplay can get on and have their own YouTube channel. Right? Like, invest in the future, people. Don't you
Okay.
love kids?
Mm. Oh
Right?
God, somebody's coming back. Okay.
Well, hey, we're not gonna, I'm not gonna hold you anymore. I know your babies are definitely wanting to get with you. Let's sit here and just one last question for you. We talked about 6 really great movies, definitely must sees, either on streaming or in theaters. But I want to sit there. We brought it up a little bit. I want to sit there because we talked about a lot of different numbers and grossing and their budget versus their gross. And my main question right now is it the fan base, Ari? Is it the fan base that is contributing to these ticket sales and trying to keep these projects alive? Or are these IPs just too far out of touch now with today's society?
I think it's a mixture of both, honestly. Because so we're in the millennial group and no sir. No sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for the listeners here, again, here at the PrymeTalk podcast, we are 100% raw. This is authentic. These are real conversations, right? These are real technical difficulties. These are real children saying they're not going to go to sleep. They're going to hop on this call with their mama and hijack someone else's show because that's what kids do, right? It's a kid takeover of the PTP crew.
He tried me just now. Corey, he tried me. He tried me so bad. I had to pull out Old Reliable and hold it up and threaten him with it. You want to see what Old Reliable is?
Nope, because I don't need no smoke from child protections. I don't need it. I don't need it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh man. Hey, I tell
He'll be
you
back.
what, we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll pin this question for another day. Because realistically, I want to get Paco's take on it too. I hate that he couldn't be with us today, but again, he will be back on. I just know he has some things going on that are taking up his time. But so don't worry, fans. Paco will be back. And Ari, doggone, I didn't tell you. We sold Paco for a total of $45 in a t-shirt.
Told him to who?
Some lady in Fort Mill. So
Maybe
that
that's where
may
he
be
is.
that may be where Paco's at. She came
Now
to
you sold my
collect.
Paco Taco.
Man, listen. So I don't know how to explain it. We hijacked someone else's show by accident at a Comic-Con and we ended up just talking smack and we ended up selling Paco for $45 and a t-shirt. If you have our Paco, please return him
Please return
safely.
him. Because then listen, I get violent over mine and I don't have him to argue with. So give him back.
You just want our Paco back.
Please. I said please. I will not say please again. I will move with violence next. Return him now.
The nicest has gone out each time
It's
she's like,
gone.
look, it's gone.
Give me my Paco back.
Oh, man. Guys, I'm gonna sit there and say, Ari, it's always fun. I'm glad to be back in the saddle with you and our missing Paco when we get him back. I'm glad to be back here and producing and creating these shows. And I'm glad to be able to do it for all of our listeners out there. So, guys, once again, thank you for tuning in to the show, listening to us ramble, listening to us talk, and just sharing a little bit of nerd with the world. We absolutely love you.
We do.
And with that, if you guys enjoyed this episode, I'm going to again ask you to like, subscribe, and share. Share this episode and many more like it because it really helps the channel grow and it allows us to pay the ransom fee for Paco. We have to get him back. All right.
I
We
mean,
have to get
I'm not
Paco.
paying anything. I'm just going to go get him. Rambo style.
Rambo style.
Rambo
I see
style.
that. I see
Return him now. I don't. What did my man in Taken say? I don't know who you are, but I will find you.
Ari going on a hunt to find Paco. That
I'm in Fort Mill.
Fort
And
Mill's a
then he
big area now.
And I know what Paco smells like.
Oh boy. She's gonna get her Paco, folks. So if you have Paco, please release him safely. We want our Paco back. All right.
Only
I
I'm
do
allowed
not
to beat him.
Paco's gonna be returned malnourished.
God. I'm
Oh
gonna hold
no.
him like a baby. It's okay. Mama's got you. Mama's got you, Paco Taco. Mama's got you.
Oh boy. Oh man. Guys, it was so much fun. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We will catch you on the next one.